Welcome back to the Leshiy channel. So I've had a pretty busy couple of weeks filming, and as a result, today's video is packed with some incredible pest control scope cam footage like that shot right there. Then we're going to have some fun times up at the farm shooting with two of my oldest daughters. At 13 and 11, they're right at that age where I can really teach them. And as a dad, I always look for ways to connect with my kids. And apparently, I've been living under a rock as one of the last people to dive into this show, Stranger Things. So my kids are just absolutely obsessed, especially the older two. And after rewatching the series, they expressed an interest in shooting after one of the main characters tried to fend off some monster of some sort with his .22 LR. So I jumped at the opportunity. I cleared my calendar, and we are off to the farm for some daddy-daughter pew-pew. All right, this is our 100, and we got some wind. So I think I'll wait to try to go. That's 600 yards. Just wanted to, for fun, see, kind of tucked into this corn a little bit, try to get a little reprieve from the wind. And the reason why I'm out here today, my daughters are back there. They're showing an interest in shooting, so I don't care if it's 100-mile-an-hour winds. I'm coming. This was actually about 120 yards after a quick lesson in how to range a target, but that didn't really matter. The winds were just honking. So after a little deer scouting and some zeroing attempts, we actually decided to move to the 100-yard range in my buddy's yard, which is a lot more protected from at least the wind direction that we were getting this day. It was on once we got here. It was just an absolute blast watching them ring steel basically at will. Super proud dad moment for me for sure. So we're shooting the 450mm Leshiy 2 in 25 cal with a 33 grain NSA bullet. So I put the ATN X-Sight 4K Pro 5-20 on top of this one that they were shooting, because this was literally their first time shooting, well, at least at distance. So a digital scope has no parallax issue, so I could save the cheek weld eye relief discussion for later. So initially I just wanted them to have a blast ringing that steel and hearing that ding. The middle one was a quick learner, and after a little lesson on cheek weld and kind of an understanding of eye relief, she grabbed the 7.62 Leshiy 2, and with the looking through, man, did she love this scope too. The FX 4.5x28, I'm like, oh man, she's got expensive taste. But we had that on top, and she just ripped through the top row, and then a little 2-inch, I think it's 2-inch, there at the end for good measure. Either way, what an amazing first day. And as soon as we got home, they were exhausted, so mission accomplished. Then I went straight to work on some bunnies eating the veggies. This was the 7.62 60 grain bullet from NSA. Watch the passer on this guy. It looked like I dug a hole behind it. And then just a few minutes later, I was back out. And this time I was with the 22 cal shooting the 20 grain NSAs. So I swapped back and forth between the ATN X-Sight 4K Pro and the Thor 4 thermal from those guys. I prefer the thermal at night for the rats, as they tend to hide sometimes in the bushes, and nothing can do that with thermal. So I always kind of lean towards that one, and then the 22 is perfect for them. Don't sleep on that 22 cal though. That thing can make critters go splat. Back to some daytime scope cam work. This guy was down in the shadows a bit. I got all these huge oak trees above, so it gets pretty dark, even on a full bluebird day. So I had to flick the illumination on. Man, I love how March does their illumination on these reticles. It's super bright, but it's not overpowering by lighting up the whole reticle like you normally see. This was another 60 grainer, and man, this is basically like hitting a chipmunk with a bowling ball. Oh, look at that. Just snap that thing. Doesn't get much more humane than that. Man, the mini table for one has been quite the addition this year to the backyard, and it has been busy. But for whatever reason, the squirrels have been pretty cautious as they approach. So while this guy gets comfy before we send some lead his way, let me quickly thank today's video sponsor, Bloodline, Hero of Lethus. So normally I'm a first-person shooter kind of video game guy, but I've really been enjoying playing this game. It's kind of like an art style game with traditional Western fantasy and just absolutely incredible graphics. One thing I really like are the ease of controls. On mobile games, sometimes that can get a little rough, but this one's super easy to do, and it's unique in that it's a vertical screenplay. So the game is free to play on both iOS and Android, so I'll throw a link in the description and pinned comment. Make sure to use the promo code you're seeing on the screen to get free bonuses like 1 champion token, 100,000 gold, and 100 diamonds to help jumpstart the experience in this super fun game. So thanks again to Goat Games and specifically the team behind Bloodline Heroes of Lethis for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get this squirrel. The mini table for one is about 22 yards, so it's a little bit closer. So depending on the setup I'm shooting, I might have to hold over, and in some cases, even like this one, a little under. I like this new mini table for one I built with an old Canadips tin, but I do need to make a few tweaks because there really isn't enough room, especially for the bigger squirrels. But either way, it is definitely Dirt Napped approved. Now, time to kill some time playing a little bit more Bloodline Heroes of Lethis while I wait for that roof-chewing buddy of that guy to come down from the tree. So thanks again to those guys for sponsoring today's video. Now, let me go retrieve that guy because, man, that coat looked perfect for some fly tying.
New legends will be born. Download free now.
It was time to get the 7.62 kind of re-zeroed here. I have a pretty good indication. I had forgot to just use the zero stop, so it just took a couple of shots. But I gotta tell you, this new Behemoth silencer is so effective that I was able to zero while the chipmunk was just running around back there. A couple shots later, and I was ready to go chipper time. It's been a minute since I went on that double tap bender. It was maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 videos ago. But I'm a little rusty, but I was still able to put that second shot on target. I typically actually turn the guns down a little bit when I come back from the farm, but I didn't yet on this guy, and watch this. Oof. That is, what is this? This is a 33 grain NSA slug going about 915 feet per second. Right before we left for the farm, I actually got a package from March Optics. So it was these two incredible scopes. The FX 5-42 wide angle with their high master glass, and then the FX 5-40 Gen 2. So you guys need to help me pick one. I can't have both of these. So let me know in the comments what you think. So the wide angle, which I'm showing here, is just a staggering 26-degree field of view versus the standard 20 of the Gen 2. So I think that's actually the largest in the industry. I'm sure someone is going to fact check me in the comments, well, let me know. It's nearly double the elevation travel of the Gen 2, so you'll see this optic on long-range hunting setups, and it actually appeals to air guns as well, given the drop in the lower speeds. By the way, that same hole, 2 shots right through the same dang hole, in case you were wondering how well those slugs shot. Alright, so my other option. While I was out there, I then mounted the FX 4-40 Gen 2, and I was testing my double tap skills at the longer range, and I did pretty well. I'd say that's about an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches. But anyways, this scope is better suited for precision long-range shooting, and one of the things that you'll see is just this edge-to-edge clarity is just insane, which is very appealing for long-range precision shooters. So you'll see this optic on a lot of like 1,000-yard plus rigs. The edge-to-edge clarity is just absolutely nuts. But for me, for filming, man, that's what really kind of blew me away. I mean, that is some crystal clear footage. And as you can see, I'm kind of got a tough decision. So let me know which one. I need to tell March, hey, sorry, I accidentally lost one in the mail. Let me know which one that is, and do me a favor, and don't tell my friends at March. So now we got 2 shooters in the house.
I have a shot, or are you filming stuff?
Yeah, you can shoot in just a second. You can shoot.
Alright, so you're going to close it, you do the whole thing. Well, bring this back to here. Yeah. See the can? So here's actually a good look at the Gen 2 at the shorter ranges of my backyard. Granted, this is 35x kind of magnification, I think right around there. That's pretty tight, but man, oh man, is that clear. Oh man. Wow, look at that. Yeah, that'll work, Phoebe.
Oh, it smells like beer.
It smells like skunked beer. Quick little update on the t-shirt promo and Leshiy 2 giveaway. We're nearing the home stretch, guys. So I'm anticipating the shirts being sold out here in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So if you haven't entered and want a chance to win a Leshiy 2 on me, grab a limited edition Chicken of the Tree t-shirt for an automatic entry. I'm going to be pulling a name from that list, and boom, if that's you, brand new Leshiy 2 on me. So I'll drop a link near the top of the description if you want to go snag one. All right, let's get back to it. All right, so I was cleaning out my iCloud again, and I found a ton more shots like this one. Oof. So I've yapped enough in your ear in this video, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap up today's video with a little Justin Johnson on slide guitar, along with some good old-fashioned squirrel pew-pew. Thanks for watching the EDgun Leshiy channel. Want more backyard hunting videos? Grab your favorite beverage and get yourself caught up. There's hundreds just like the one you just watched. Here's a couple favorites to get you started.